Hello guys, today we are going to learn about PLC communication. So this program will be useful when you want to communicate with other PLC or machine. So with the help of these instructions, you can exchange data between two PLC. So let's take two PLC in our project. I am using here SN1200 1240C TC relay. So here I am adding two devices so we can test PLC communication between two PLC. And here I don't have hardware PLC, so I will utilize the extreme feature of PLC Simulator from Siemens, so you can simulate both devices and communication too. So my first PLC has been added. Now I am taking second PLC. Same PLC I am using here. You can use any PLC for this type of communication. So it is not mandatory to use same PLC. So here I am assigning different IP address for both the PLC. So one is 0.192.168.0.1 and other I am giving here which is 0.2. Ethernet communication, and here I am giving the 2. Now I am also enabling the clock frequency for triggering purpose. So here go to property and enable the clock frequency for the first PLC and as well as for the second PLC. Now we will write a program in one PLC and for the second PLC. So before writing a program, we will add two data blocks for standing and storing our data. So here I am taking one data block for the SAN data machine 1, and also I am taking another data block for receive data machine 1. Also make sure that data should be not an optimized one. Okay, so we will learn about what is optimization and what is non-optimization block, but here just keep remember that your block should not optimize block access. So just disable this one and okay. Same for the other database. Okay, now we will add the variable like my data 1. I am adding 10 data here. These are my variable. So I have to transfer this value here like 10, 20, 30, 40, 60. This is the random data I am transferring to second PLC using our open communication instructions. My data type is int, which is integer. Now same I will also add this 10 data in receive block because I have to receive those data. Okay, so I am just copy this 10 same data and also adding in SAN data block. Same I will copy this 2 block in second PLC also because we have to verify that exit data is coming or not. So just copy paste here. Just change the name here. This is machine 2. Also this is machine 2. Everything will be same. Now we'll write instruction here for the machine 1. So the instruction, you have to go to the communication categories. So there is a one communication category and open user communication. So there are two type of communication available in Siemens. One is S7 communication and other is the open user communication. In S7 communication, both the CPUs should be from the Siemens side. But in open user communication, you can communicate Siemens PLC with other Mac PLCs. So here I am adding TSEND for the sending data and TREC for the receiving data. Add receive block here. Now we will go to the configuration by clicking here, and at the below side select your partner CPU. So we don't know which Mac CPU is there. Okay, in example we have taken the Siemens CPU, but in real time we don't know which Mac CPU we are using, so make it unspecified because this is the open user communication. So on the second side our partner CPU should not be, may not be Siemens CPU. Okay, it can be anything. So that's why we are specifying our partner as a unspecified. Now here we have to add the connection data block. Just click on new. This is our sender. So we have selected active connection established. So this my sender will be act as an active connection establishment, and partner port would be 2000 default. You can mention any port here, but by default we are keeping it a 2000, and assign the IP address of the partner CPU. So my partner CPU's address is 0.2. Now go to block parameter. We have to give the request bit. So we have already enabled the clock frequency, so I am giving 0.5 1 second request bit. So every 1 second it will transfer the request. So configuration is over. We have which data you want to send to partner CPU. So we will add this data, send data block here. Just drag and drop at data point and expand this block and how much data you want to send. So we are sending 10 integer. So here we have to number of byte. So 10 every integer having 2 byte. So here 10 means 20 byte we are sending. So always put length 20 byte of data we are sending here. Now give the done bit. Those are the status bits. So I am putting 2.0, 2.1 for error, 2.2, and for the error status MW3. So this is block for sending data to PLC 2, and to receive the data from PLC 2, receive data from PLC 2. So again we'll go to the configuration of this block, go to connection parameter from which you are receiving the data. We don't know, so we will specify the unspecified CPU. We have to create the connection database here. Just go to new and create a connection database. Now here my unspecified CPU will be act as a connection established, because in the sender side we have already selected active connection establishment for the sender CPU. So here this is our sender CPU. So we are assigning active connection establishment here, and the port address we already assigned 2004 for the sender. So here we this is for the second we are receiving the data from the second PLC. So I am assigning 2001 port here. So my receiving CPU having 2001 port. So remember this port because we have to do sender configuration in our PLC 2. We have to mention the partner CPU port here, as we have already mentioned in the sender block. As you can see here, we have mentioned the port address of the partner CPU. Okay, so this is the port address of the second CPU, and 2001 This is the port address of our CPU 1. Here you have to mention address from to you are getting the data. So configuration for also will have the data. So where you want to receive the data. So I want to receive the data in receive data block. So select and drag and drop to the data. How much length? I want 20 byte of data, because same data we have already configured. Enable request will be my clock 1 hours. So here configuration okay. This is for the first PLC. So we'll copy this whole configuration and instruction to the second PLC as well, as because we want to communicate back and forth between PLC 1 and PLC 2. So just copy paste here, and you have to change the DB. So I am assigning right click, change instance. Okay, new DB will be generated for the PLC 2 for the sender and receiver. Delete the extra network. This is the blank network. I am deleting here. I am sending data to PLC 1 because this is my PLC 2. Here you can see. Now this is also I am receiving the data from machine PLC 1. Here also you have to attach the second PLC database here, data block. So I am just renaming the data receive data machine 2. Length will be same because we have configured exact same configuration for both the machine. I am assigning here same 2.0, 2.1, 2.2 and MW3. Same for the 4.0 and 4.1 and 4.3 sorry and 4.3 and status will be MW5. So now almost we have did the configuration. Now the one important parameter we have to check here, which is the important parameter we have to check here in the configuration part is general. Okay, this part you have to mention, like this is connection ID. So every pair having the unique connection ID. So you can do total 8 connection with single CPU in Siemens with the help of TSEND and TREC. So you have to mention the connection ID for every pair, send and receive should be unique. So that's why we are mentioning 1 for the sender, and this is my second pair. So that's why I am mentioning here 2. So there is one error here, what we have missed. So we have to check. Nothing has been missed. Okay, no issue. The same parameter we have to do, and also you have remember the port. So we have to mention the port address here. Just first rename the data set data block here. This is my 2. Partner unspecified 192.168.0.1. Here you have to mention the same connection ID from the sender. Here I am mentioning 2 because 1. And this is my sender, and I am transferring at 20 port, 2000 port. Same for the receiver, unspecified with CPU 192.168.0.1 and connection ID 2. And this is my receiver part, so active connection establishment is 0.1 and my port address is 2001. How you can come to know? Then go to your sender CPU and check on which port you are transferring the data. So here I am transferring at 2000, so receiver block would be 2000 in the second PLC. So here you have to mention 2000 and from which port you are receiving the data in machine 1, which is 2001. So in the sender from the machine 2, you have to mention 2001 port address. Okay, so configuration part is over. Also check the data block should not be optimized access. Now we'll download this whole configuration in our PLC simulator. Okay, so just select the PLC and start the simulation. It will ask some input and it will start PLC simulator. So project is going to download in our PLC simulator, and with the help of PLC simulator you can even simulate communication between two PLC. This is the great capabilities of TIA portal from Siemens. Start module and finish. So here you can see our PLC 1 has been started with project loaded. Now we'll click on second PLC and start the simulator. Click on start search. It will search for the available PLC simulator. Now load. Now see, we have two instances of PLC simulator. One is 0.1, one is 0.2. So our both PLC is downloaded. I am going to minimize and we are ready to transfer the data. Now let me clear the space so I can show you the proper. See, I am transferring the data from send data block machine 1 and same data I want to receive in receive data block of the machine 2. So just monitor me. I have transferred 10. Sorry, let me clear this data. I'm just clearing the data. Okay, no issue. See, we are getting the data. Now we'll modify the data here. Suppose I want 15. So here 15 data is transferred to the PLC 2 live. You can transfer anything like 55 at second. So now you got the data 2 in the PLC 2 55. So you can send as many as data with the help of this instruction to any make PLC with the Siemens PLC. Okay, you can transfer at any location with the help of this instruction, but you have to mention the data length. Otherwise, if you exceed the data length, that data will not be sent at the receiver side. Now same we will transfer the data from machine 2 to machine 1. So I am opening the receive data block, send data block of machine 2 here and receive data block of machine 1 here. So now I am going to transfer data from machine 2 to machine 1. So this is the by default we have entered the value 10 to 100, 10 to 100. Now I am going to modify this data. Is 44. Now see, the 44 has been transferred to machine 1 as well as. So in this way you can communicate both PLC in duplex mode, send and receive at a time at very fast speed. So as you can see, the data is changing. So In this way we can communicate between two PLC, whether it is Siemens or Siemens to other make PLCs, because this is the open communication instruction called the TCON and TREC. So in the next session we will learn about some more advanced communication instruction between our industrial automation product. So in the next lecture we'll learn about the S7 communication, which will be useful for only the Siemens to Siemens communication. Okay, so thank you guys. Please like, share and subscribe.